Hello and welcome to today's lesson. Today we will be changing how hard we throw an object in order to make it into our target from different distances away. Now I know this year has been very crazy and kids are still learning from home, but I'm here to tell you there are still plenty of great activities that you can do at home or anywhere, either by yourself or you can even include your entire family. Today, I will be showing you 4 different exercises that we will be using for our activity, and then you will do that activity a little bit later. Now, before we start with any of that, the first thing we need to do is stretch. The first stretch we're going to do is feet together, and you're going to bend down and touch your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to spread our legs. We have a nice wide base, and first we're going to reach for our left leg, our right leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up. Now for this one, we're going to reach under and back as far as we can. So you want to almost be touching the back of your ankles. Up. Now for these next exercises, we'll be sitting down. First, we're going to take our right leg, bend it with our ankle behind, and we're going to lay back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you are outside where it's wet and you cannot do that stretch, you can substitute it by starting with your right leg bent, touching, and holding. Down, and then switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to work on stretching our arms. First arm exercise is arm circles. Seems pretty simple. First thing we're going to do, we're going to extend our arms like this, and we're going to do 5 seconds of fast, slow, then fast, and we're also going to do big and small circles. But to start, we're just going to start with 5 seconds of fast, small circles, like this. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to do big circles, like this. You spread, and we're going to do 5 seconds of fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 seconds of slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, now they're all stretched out. What I want you to do is I want you to take your paper and your pen, and the first thing, I want you to write your name and your hour at the top of the page. Then, I want you to write number 1. But I want you to think about this question for a minute. What do you think are some possible consequences of not stretching before exercise? Okay? Now that you've thought about it, I want you to write down your answer by number 1. Now, I would like you to pause this video until you finish writing down your answer. Welcome back. Now that you have written down your answer, I want you to take your paper and pen, put it to the side, because you'll need it for later. Okay, so in today's lesson, I will be showing you 4 different exercises that will each be incorporated into our activity. They are jumping jacks, high knees, sit-ups, and squat thrust. Now, some of you have already heard of these exercises, some of you may not have. But I'm here today to show you the proper way to do each one. The first exercise we're going to do is jumping jacks, like this. Now notice the proper way to do it, as I jump out with my legs, my hands go up. Then you reverse the process. That's 1. I'll do it again. Okay. Now the second exercise that I'm going to teach you is high knees. Now this is very beneficial for your heart, but it goes like this. Okay, now it's important that as your left knee comes up, your right elbow comes up. When your right knee comes up, your left elbow comes up, just like if you're running. Okay, now the third exercise I'm going to show you is one of my favorites, sit-ups. Now, this can be done different ways, but the proper way to do it is to lay on your back, cross your arms, and then sit up. Now, I'm pausing right here because I want you to notice when I'm fully up, my elbows touch my knees. That's how you know you completed the sit-up correctly. Now, for those of you who may be having trouble with your feet not staying where they are, there are some other options that you can do to help that. You could grab a table, or you could put your feet under the couch if you're at home, or if you have someone with you, you can have them stand on your feet to help prevent your feet from moving. Okay? Now the last exercise I'm going to show you is called the squat thrust. Now, when it's done full speed, it may seem like a lot, but it's really simple. It goes like this. I'll show you again. Okay, now the first thing you want to do is you want to drop down your hands. Then you want to kick out your legs to where you are in a push-up position. Then you're going to kick your feet back to the starting position and jump up. Okay. Now, if some of you students can't do that, there is another exercise you can do to replace it. The jump squat. The squat jump. Very simple. You squat down at a 90-degree angle and you jump up. Okay. Is there any questions so far? No? All right, perfect. Now that I've showed you the exercises, I want you to take your pen and your paper and bring it back. And I want you to think about this question. I want you to think, why do you think we have to change force whenever an object is further apart? Why do we have to add more force when it's further away? Think about it. Write number 2 on your paper, and then write your answer. Okay? Now put your paper away. You will need it one more time later. All right. Now, time for the fun part. Now I'm going to talk about the activity. Now for this activity, it requires very few things. One thing you will need is a ball. You can use any ball. If you don't have a tennis ball, that's fine. You can use toilet paper, a crumpled up piece of paper, anything that you can use that you are able to throw up to 8 feet. Okay? The next thing you will need is a bucket. Same thing applies. If you don't have a bucket, you can use a box, a trash can, anything that you have that can be big enough to fit the ball in the target. The next thing you will need is a tape measure. You need the tape measure because each level needs to be 2 feet further away from the previous one. Okay? Now, this activity is simple, so I'm going to show you how to set it up. First thing you want to do is you want to take your bucket, set it wherever you want, but you want to have enough room for at least 8 feet. So the first thing you're going to do is measure out 2 feet from the bucket. These are 2 feet. From the bucket, it's right here. This is level 1. You will then repeat that process for level 2. Feet. Level 3 will be 2 feet further than level 2. And lastly, level 4 will be 2 feet further than level 3. Okay, now that we have everything, almost everything set up, there's one more thing you're going to need, and that's a stopwatch. Now, it is preferred that you use a stopwatch on a phone because it's more accurate. However, if you don't have a stopwatch on your phone, you can use a regular stopwatch or anything that will track how long it takes you to complete the activity. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so now I will explain the rules. First rule, the student will start at level 1. Each level will be 2 feet further from the last one, and each level has a specific exercise that you must complete before you can throw the ball. Now, you must complete that exercise 4 times. 4 times in order to have one throw. So when the student is ready, what he will do is he will put the ball at his side, start the stopwatch, and then he will begin. After the student does his exercise, then he will be awarded one throw. If he makes it, good. He retrieves the ball, goes to the next level, level 2, and does that exercise, and then shoots. However, if he misses, he must get the ball and go back to the level he was at and then redo the exercise. So if you're at level 1, you would have to do 4 more squat thrusts to be able to throw again. Now the object of the game is to get all the way to level 4, down here, and make it. Once you do that, you grab your ball, return here, set the ball down, and stop the timer. Do we have any questions? Okay, seems pretty simple. Well, in case you don't understand, I'm now going to demonstrate. But before I do, I need to point out level 1 is 2 feet away from the bucket, and the required exercise for level 1 is the squat thrust. And the required exercise for level 2 is the high knees. Level 3, 6 feet away, and the required exercise is sit-ups. And last, level 4 is 8 feet away, and the required exercise is jumping jacks. So, I will now demonstrate how the activity is done. So I start at level 1, but I'm going to slow it down for y'all to make sure I highlight every point. I start my timer, I grab the ball, I do my squat thrust, now I get one throw. Okay, I made it. Now I retrieve my ball and I start at level 2. Now, as you know, level 2 is high knees. Okay. I made it. Retrieve my ball. Go to level 3. Sit-ups. Three, 4. Oh, and I missed. So now I gotta get my ball and restart from level 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I made it. All right. Now I'll go all the way to level 4. Jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, since I made it, I grab my ball. I come down here, set the ball down, and stop my timer. So that's the activity. But before you can do the activity, I need something from you. I want you to take your paper, and I want you to come up with a goal. I want you to write down how long you think it'll take you to complete this activity. Just whatever you think it'll take. I want you to write it down, put it away. Okay? Now, it's your turn. You may now complete the activity. Oh, welcome back. Now that you completed the activity, I want you to grab your paper one last time and tell me, I want you to write down your score. Write down your time. And then think, did you meet your goal? If you did, good job. If you didn't, how can you improve? All right. Now, one last thing before we go. What I want you to do is I want you to email me either a typed copy or a picture of your sheet with your results. If I do not receive an email from you, you will not get credit for this grade. I hope y'all had fun. Thank y'all very much, and have a good day.